Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have something different for you guys that's away from my norm. You guys know I'm always doing baby lights, and 99.9% of the time that is what I am required to do for my clients. They love those lived in real natural looks. Well, my childhood friend Nicole's here, and she is the opposite. She likes that bigger, thicker stitch, dimensional, chunky-ish, if you will, look. But I'm going to show you today how to do a traditional highlight and still make it look really dimensional, but yet blended and not scary chunky like back in the 90s. If you want to see how I do this, then keep watching. Alright, so I'm using my Ride or Die Oxycur with 20 volume and a 16th ounce of Olaplex. And I'm also doing a Lowlight to add more depth and dimension into the hair. And I'll be using her natural level, which is a level 5. I use Redken Shades EQ with 10 volume. My formula was 5N, 5G, 5NW. You guys know I love actually filling a little bit with my Lowlights on blondes with a little bit of G, which is gold, instead of copper and red, because the G will still fill it, but it won't bring up those warm orange, brassy red tones when it fades. I hope that makes sense. I have a video coming where I'm going over Redken Shades EQ from top to bottom, anything you can imagine. So definitely subscribe and hit the bell if you're not following me. You don't want to miss it if you want to see that breakdown on Redken Shades EQ. So a lot of times when we're highlighting, we're told in school to believe that the bigger the stitch, the bigger the dimension. And that is not always the case. More important than the actual stitch size of the weave is the amount of subsection left in between the foils. So even though I'm doing a thicker stitch for more dimension, I'm still packing these foils in tightly back to back, like I would a baby light, because I want this to have a lot of lightness and dimension and a whole bunch of different multiple tones, and still really kick out all the banding from the second half of her mids down to her ends. There's a lot of old color that we didn't kick through all the way last time, and we had a lot of correcting to do. And that's why I'm packing these foils in tightly back to back with minimal subsections. Always make sure the amount of hair you have in your foil is very small and see-through and minimal, because you want to have an even lift. Even though you're doing a thicker stitch and you want more dimension, doesn't mean you have to take, big chunks of hair, because that's not going to process evenly. You're going to require a higher developer, which is more damaging on the hair, and it will definitely be splotchy and all kinds of orange, yellow, red, and unevenness. You guys keep in mind, as I said, the subsection is very important when trying to have a certain look. If you want more dimension, whether you're doing a baby light or a thicker stitch traditional highlight, you can add thicker subsections of hair left in between the foils. The more hair left in between, the more dimension you have, and it will keep a lot of depth in there. So if you're trying to have a real dimensional look, you can just leave bigger subsections. So we are going to be doing a root shadow, one of my favorite things to do, to give somebody who's a natural brunette a nice grow out when they're blonde. And I'm using Redken Shades EQ, my Ride or Die, 5N, 5NA. 3/4 the formula is the N because I want more of a natural look. And then the 1/4 is NA. Redken Shades EQ's NA line is very powerful. always use just a drop or just a quarter. Anything more than that, it will over ash everything out. So once I was done applying the root shadow, we let her process for about 10 minutes. I then leaned her back, brushed everything back like I always do, rinsed off the Olaplex number 2 on the mids and ends, and then I actually toned her, leaving the root shadow on like I do half the time, and I mushed them in together for a seamless blend, and we let her tone for another 5 to 10 minutes. OMG, you guys, look at that hair. And this is in my salon lighting, which is fluorescent and terrible. You already know when it looks good inside of the salon, it's going to be beautiful out in the real light. Unfortunately, it was nighttime. I can't wait for spring and summer. Soon it will start staying lighter a lot later, and I'll be able to get a lot better pictures. I know a lot of us hair colorists struggle with that in the winter time. Well, I am going to put her in the ring light to show you guys, but I'm so obsessed. You can see how happy I am with this result. Beautiful. I'm curling it, and we are obsessed. Another one in the archives, another one in the history books. Let me know how you would tackle this kind of a session. Constructive criticism is always welcome. Thank you guys so much for the love and support constantly. I love you guys so much. You mean so much to me, and without you guys, this channel wouldn't even exist. Definitely leave video ideas down below in the comments that you want to see. I want to put video content out you guys actually want to witness. All right, I love you all so very much. I'll see you in the next one. As always, so long for now.